Well, let me just bring this up on my laptop so I can
Mhm.
monitor the chat while we talk. Right.
Okay.
But you mentioned you went on the road today. What was that like? How was your day? What kind of day did you have today?
It was good. We just, run go Starbucks. I got my car washed.
Mm.
Me eat I just kick in. You hear me good, right?
Yeah, yeah, you're loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So we just go get some seafood, go buy a
Mm-hmm.
one matcha at Starbucks,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then get my car washed and just chill. It's just a chill day. It's a holiday, so we might make use of it when I get much day off. So.
Yeah, that's crazy though. Like,
Mhm.
I actually didn't know that today was an holiday in the States as well. Today in Canada is Family Day, which,
Mhm.
Canada just give you a day to stay home with your
Just-
family. So,
That's
big
good.
up yourself,
That's
Canada.
really good. I know, right?
So,
Pick up yourself, Canada.
I didn't know that today was an holiday in the States as well. So, yeah, good for you as
Yeah,
well.
I think it's President's Day. Yeah,
Okay,
I
yeah,
think so.
you guys need an entire day for celebrating the president, thing.
You leave me alone. You
But I
leave
don't
me
know.
alone. Mhm.
So we have 12 persons on the live so far. Thank you guys for tuning in. So far just give the numbers a little bit of time to run up. When the
All
numbers reach a
right.
certain part, we start having a conversation. But everybody who is here right now, thank you for tuning in. Just smash that like button as soon as you guys come into the stream. And definitely just drop your name, drop where you're watching from in the chat so we can know what's going on and give you guys a shout out as well. I see Malar Cody said hi. Big up yourself. We have the beautiful Nardia here with us today. Nardia is a Jamaican who has migrated to the States. And we're going to talk a little bit about comparing what it is like as an immigrant moving to the States compared to myself, who is an immigrant who have moved to Canada. And of course, we know that Canada is much better than the States anyway, but we're just going to have the conversation just for conversation purposes.
Me not bother with you, them.
Miss
Me not bother
Sophisticated
with
say
you.
hi. Hi, Miss
Mhm.
Sophisticated. So Nardia also has a YouTube channel, and I want you guys, even before we dive into the conversation, to show her some love. The name of her YouTube channel is It's Chinsu. I'm gonna pop it in the chat right now, and I'm gonna pin it. Awesome. So let's go over Nardia's channel and show her some love. Nardia is starting out her own YouTube journey. So she definitely needs the support. So you guys go over there. When I reach over there, say definitely the Andersons them send you guys over there so she can know that you guys are coming from over here, right? So if you guys want to see
Thank
some
you,
of those
Damar.
glamorized
Thank you.
content, the glimmer and the glamour that you don't get over
Me
here
not,
over
me
this
not
side.
start yet.
Ah, ah.
The glim and the glow not start yet. But thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're already in the place, Natasha Williams. Big up yourself, big up
Hmm.
yourself. Guys, we have 14 of you guys on the stream so far. Please just hit that like button. I want to see at least 10 likes so we can start talking, so we can start having this conversation. Right, but Narda, where in Jamaica are you from?
So I'm from Old Darbo, St. Catherine.
Yeah?
Hmm.
Born and girl or just moved there?
No,
What kind of
born and
vibe?
grown in Old Darbo. Yeah.
Jaja. I never know some
Hmm.
people born at Olaba.
What? You going in a Old Darbo, a good place. Where you not go? Born
Yeah,
and grown at Old Darbo. Not left Old Darbo at all. Well.
gotcha. Guys,
Mhm.
I'm so excited to have this conversation with Narda right now because Narda and I went to the same high school. We're actually high school mates and somewhat classmates because we did have a few classes together. We left high
Yeah, that
school
counts,
quite a
right?
long time now. Yeah,
Yeah, that counts
actually,
together.
we
Yeah.
both are turned old foot now because we left high school in 2006. So
All right.
yeah, so Narda and I are all schoolmates. So I've known Narda for a while, definitely.
Hmm.
Martin Crew the Building, what's the conversation about? The conversation is about Narda's experience, predominantly moving to the States as a Jamaican immigrant. We want to hear about her story, her challenges, her successes. We're going to get into it for sure, Mr. Martin. From the Martin Crew, big up yourself, my bro. Mr. Juliet says, hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please smash that like button as soon as you guys come in. The stream just starts, so give us a little bit of an opportunity to warm up. We kind of get ones that we don't want to just jump into the conversation. So take it easy with it. So as I was
Mhm.
mentioning, Nardia and I, we go way back. She's now living in the States. Where in the States are you living?
I'm living in Maryland.
Straight to Maryland or somewhere else before Maryland?
No, Straight. Well, so the thing is, I've been like traveling to the states before moving here, so I've been to quite a few states. So, but I'm in
Mm-hmm.
Maryland now. Yeah, I know.
Gotcha.
Funny enough, them are one day I was in New York and I was coming to a show in Maryland, right?
Yeah.
And I was on my way, and it's such a beautiful state, and I was like, "That's if I was supposed to live in the states, this is where I want to live, Maryland." And Funny enough, that's where I'm living
Funny
now.
enough. And I
Mm,
didn't even know that Maryland was a state, if I'm
yeah.
being completely honest. And forgive my
Hmm.
ignorance. I always talk about this on my channel. Like, unlike you, Nardia, I've never traveled outside of Jamaica prior to traveling to
Hmm.
Canada. So I didn't have that luxury of traveling to the States and stuff like that. So
Mm.
I don't even know. Like, I think I can only name like probably 20 states. And I'm not even going to try right now to embarrass
Right.
myself.
Me here,
But I
and that's
do.
one night I name out the state. Them hear me, Lord of mercy. I'll name some city.
So is Maryland right beside New York? Like, where exactly in the States is Maryland located?
No, so well, not to know about geography and something. I can tell you that Maryland is near Virginia and DC. That's the
Okay.
nation's capital. It's about 4 hours from New York. You
By
have to go
driving?
through by driving. Yes, you have
Okay.
to go through Delaware and Pennsylvania and New Jersey, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But it's near
Okay.
Virginia and DC though. That
What's
is why it's called like the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. I think. Yeah.
okay? So what's the biggest city in Maryland that somebody would know about, like would hear about?
Baltimore.
Oh yeah, we know Baltimore.
Yeah. Baltimore.
Okay. Yeah, like we hear that a lot. Okay. So we're
Hmm.
talking about the fact that you are, born and grew in Ola, we went to the same
Hmm.
high school, you traveled a
Hmm.
lot, you traveled to the States before. What was your experience like in Jamaica that made you think that migrating to well, I almost said Canada, but migrating to the States, what made you think that was the best decision for you at the time?
To be honest with you, because I was married. That was the
Yeah.
only reason. Because as I said, I've been traveling before, and I've been traveling before I moved here. And I don't want to say this too loud, but I never wanted to live here.
Mm-hmm.
It was just to come, shop and go back. I wouldn't spend more than 2 weeks, if so
Yeah.
long. So it was more like the weekend. I'll go to like Miami for the weekend, go to New York for 2 weeks and stuff like that. But because I met my ex and, we got married and he was
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't be bothered with the long distance relationship. And to be honest, not that I'm discounting my achievements, but
Yeah.
it was easier for me to move here than for him to move back to Jamaica because he's Jamaican as well. So it was easier for me to move here than for him to move back to Jamaica. And plus, we all want opportunities for, our kids and stuff. So
That's what I
yeah,
was
so
gonna get
that
to because they actually said
was.
that you really moved for love. You moved to the States for love and not necessarily
Mhm,
because of wanting opportunities per se
mhm.
off the bat. But ultimately, you can agree that probably the States gives you or would give you more opportunity for your kids than Jamaica.
Yes, I would say yes, but as I said, Damar, for me, I really didn't have. For me personally, I didn't have a bad life in Jamaica. I have my house, I had my
Mm-hmm.
cars and stuff like that. And the only time I can say I had a bad life was not a bad life, but when I just had my son a few months after and I moved out of my family house by choice because they didn't, tell me to leave or anything. But because of the type of person that I am, I
Yeah.
always want to push and stuff. So I moved out on my own. So for a few months it was a bit challenging and stuff because I was working, going to school because I
Mm-hmm.
started going to school to do my degree and stuff. So it was kind of challenging. But the universe just always sends someone to save me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I met somebody and it was, it got easier. So I've never had a bad life in Jamaica. So moving
Mm-hmm.
here was never like something that I wanted to do. I had my businesses and stuff. So I was good. If,
Yeah.
not everybody can say the same thing, and I do understand. I have never experienced violence or anything because I never lived in any community where it was
Yeah.
violent
Yeah.
and stuff. I bought my house in a gated community. I mean, it wasn't safe, 100% safe, but it was okay and
I
stuff.
get it.
So,
I get it.
yeah.
I get it.
So, for
So
me, it
then
was
you move
more,
to I get it. So then you move to the States, Nardia,
mhm.
and everything you've traveled there before. What I want to know is that was there any culture shock off the bat, like when you just decided that listen, I live here now and I'm not gonna be visiting here anymore, but this is now where my home is gonna be. Like that mindset. What was that like throughout that early stage in the journey?
So I wouldn't say culture shock, to be honest with you, because of familiarity, if that makes sense. Maryland is a
Mm-hmm.
diverse state, and we have a lot of Jamaican, Caribbean people, you know, so it wasn't. it wasn't a culture shock. And as I said, I had prepared mentally
Yeah.
because I know that I'm married to somebody that lives in the States. So at some point I would have to move to the States.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never experienced that, to be honest with you. No.
I asked you a question before we went live.
Hmm.
The question I asked you was, do you regret? Are there any time that you sit down to yourself and say, "Boy, I regret moving to the States"?
Yes, hell yes. Hell yeah. Um, so all right, so sometimes regret doesn't really mean, it not necessarily mean mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And as me say, I have the people them a come, why don't you go back home? America no belong to no boy. But people will come and say, why don't you go back home? But the fact that you uproot your life, your kids' life. So it's not that easy to, to just get up and be like, okay, it didn't work out. So I'm just going to go back and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yes, I regret it because the relationship that I have with my family, I kind of feel like sometimes they don't understand that you're so busy, and then when you get the time to, you just want to relax. When
And
you
it's
you just
funny you say that, Nardia. It's really funny you
Mhm,
say that. But shout out to April who's saying hi. Nardia, Nicola, Allen, Juliet, big up everybody in the chat. It's funny you say that because I remember I said
mhm,
that the other day, I think it was a live I was on where I
mhm,
said that, listen, when you move to a foreign country, in my case, Canada, in your case, the States,
mhm.
one of the things that a lot of people back home don't understand, one, the time zone is a little bit different sometimes
Different.
myself. And two, these countries are really what we call a rat race. Like
Yep.
you're so caught up in just working and
Working.
working and
Mhm,
working and just
mhm.
work to home, work to home.
Work to home.
Sometimes
Mhm.
somebody will give you a call and you miss the call and then you have it in your intention to call them
To
back, but then
call them back.
something else just occupy your mind at the time. And
Yep.
then I
Mhm.
myself find that a lot of relationships got hampered
Yep. Mhm.
by that strain. So you're saying that it's the same thing for you as well?
Yep, same thing. So, and as I said, because I'm very close to my family, so that kind of make me feel bad sometimes. The fact that I take my kids away from them family and stuff, and we
Mm-hmm.
come here we by ourselves because I literally don't have any family here or friends. It's just me and
Yeah.
my kids. And sometimes even when my daughter says, sometimes, "Mommy, why are you so angry all the time?" I feel so bad. So
Mm-hmm.
that kind of make me regret it. And then the fact that things didn't work out, especially my marriage, the way I expected it to. So yes, but for like self growth, being exposed to like new perspective and stuff like that, different cultures. I've tried different culture food, you
Mm-hmm.
know, working, just that kind of, no, I don't regret that part. But
Yeah.
would I do it again? If I met somebody and me in love again, of course I would. But because of the situation, I am going to say me would do it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Mhm.
Gotcha. So you mentioned that there are times when you feel lonely because you don't have much friends or family around you right now.
Yeah.
How do you like it sounds like you're really describing Canada, to be honest, because like it's like almost like these countries have so much in common that it's
Hmm.
astounding. But how do you deal with that level of loneliness and isolation in your own way to not go crazy?
Social media, TikTok. I watch videos on YouTube. To be honest, social media. I'm being
Yeah.
honest. Because as I said, I'm a homebody, so I don't go anywhere. I don't party, I don't drink, I don't do
Hmm.
anything like that. So, social media, to be honest with you. And
Gotcha.
then I'm seeing a therapist, so that kind of help as well.
Okay, good.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have a saying that says black people go to church and white people go to therapists. But let me ask you this
Yeah.
question. So this question is from Sean Carter in the chat. He says, "Why
Mhm.
you wouldn't think to bring your spouse at the time to Jamaica as against you moving to the States at the
So,
time?"
okay, so Sean, as I said, let me make it clear, me not discount my achievements them, but it was easier and better for me to move here than for my ex to move back because of his job, and he was not going to come and live
Hmm.
no mediocre life. To say, yes. So yes, that's the reason.
And oftentimes, like, and also, guys, like, there's no perfect country. So even though there's challenges in the States, challenges in Canada, wherever you live, there's challenges. But the point of the matter is there's more opportunities in the States, in Canada, than in Jamaica. That's just the bottom line. We don't like
Mm-hmm.
to talk about it, but like
But
it's
at what
actually
cost them are?
at many costs, because it costs you your mental health.
Exactly. I sometimes the obstacles them, I'm not gonna lie, them feel insurmountable. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So it's not easy. So
Have you ever thought? Have you ever thought that yo, this not worth it? I'm just like a pack up my pit to them, or just like a go back to Jamaica. For all the
every
English
day.
speakers, let me translate that into English. Or is there any time that why did I do this to myself? English is not my first language. What is? But anyways, um,
That's why
do
it's
you
not your
ever
first language. Get out of here.
do you ever sit and think that listen, it makes more sense for you to go back home rather than to stay in the States?
Yes, every day. But as I said, financially, it's not the best decision. I still have my house in Jamaica, but what am I gonna do when I go back? It's gonna take a while. I'm like 30 something, almost 40 years old. I, started my life in my 20s, trying to, you
Mhm.
know, uh, do everything to have a great life. And then I chose this, I have to take accountability. I can't say nobody mess up my life. I chose to come here and
Yeah,
start my life over at 30 something. So and then it would be unfair to my kids too, because me take them up already and come here and then forgot take them
yeah,
again, forgot bring them back and whatever. So me not go voluntarily leave, when I say that.
yeah.
But but yes, every single day. Because as I said, for me personally, and it's not everybody can talk like that, I did not have a bad life in Jamaica.
Hmm.
So right now I was living way better in Jamaica than how I'm living here. And
Hmm.
here it's just, especially for me, I'm a single woman, so it's just working, paying my bills. And sometimes when you don't pay bills, then Maria say, Jesus, I want to work. Sometimes I say, okay, this week as me get my pay, me have to go buy something good and something before me
Mm,
start pay bills and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard. And then as I said, I have no support. I'm a single,
yeah,
well, I'm not a well, I'm a single mother, but I'm not a single mother,
I know what
my
you
my
mean.
yeah. So
Financial
it's just,
support, yeah.
yeah, so it's just, as I said, every single day, we
I
want to
got
go
it. I
back
get it.
home.
I
Yep,
get it.
every
No,
single day.
definitely, guys. So we have almost 50 of you guys on the live right now. Please take a second to hit that like button. Please run up that numbers. Why am I only still at 7 likes? Don't be that guy. Don't be that person. Just smash that like button and run up the numbers. And check out It's Chin soon. Nardia has our own YouTube channel as well. So go and show some love over there. But bring up that like number for me. Please, guys. I really appreciate it. Nardia, the men on the chat right now would not forgive me if I didn't ask you this question. Oh, so are you single and ready to mingle? Or are
We
you
just
just
tell us,
single?
oh, yeah, we're single already to mingle, people. It's been 2 years since I got divorced. 2 years, almost 2 years, yeah, since I got divorced. So I'm kind of think I'm ready for mingle now.
So what are you looking for? Because you know it's easy to look on you right now in an area and be like, Jano, you have to come with the bag, you know. You have to you have
Of
to you have
course.
to
We
you
don't
have to
want
be
no
you
broke.
have
We
to be
don't want
right
no
there.
broke people around here. Them are you crazy. Then me could end up paying all of my bills them myself and just make somebody. You're crazy. Nah, but I joke, me I make. I joke, me I make. I joke, me
I
I
don't
make.
know
But
joke you make. I don't joke.
I joke, me I make, man. But one of my requirements is, and as I said, because of past experiences, come heal,
Hmm.
come heal, and be at peace, and don't come
Yeah,
disturb mine. Come heal. And as me say, whatever you see is what you get. Them are, you know me for years, and this is me. This
yeah.
has always been me. Whatever you see is what you get. So me not look nobody on your channel, them are. Jesus Christ, that look like a dating
So
something,
no,
but
no, but let me ask you this though.
yeah.
No special perks if them say, hey yo, I saw you on the Andersons and that get them a foot in the door or not like no added advantage. Come on, Nardia, come on.
Of course, of course, of
Give me
course. We
something.
get,
Give me
yeah, we
something
have
to
put on
work
my
with.
front tie line. We have put on my front tie line.
Okay, so let's switch focus a little bit and talk about. So when you just moved to the States, within the
Mhm.
first couple weeks, what are some of the things that you had to do? Like in Canada, you have to go and get your social insurance number. You have to do all of these other things. What are the must do things that you have to do within the first couple weeks after moving to the States?
Um, all of that to your name, as me say, me they kind of take a little while because
Mm-hmm.
mentally, you have to say, Jesus, me have to do all of this all over again. Me start drive Jamaica from me about 1920. Me have to
Yeah.
go start get driver's license all over again. You have to start look jobs again. Um,
What
what
was that
else?
like? What was the old job search thing like for you as an immigrant?
But as I said, it wasn't hard for me because the universe just always, I'm really thankful. The universe
Yeah,
just
man, when I
always
bless, I bless.
send somebody to save me. As I said, I'm not gonna use that. The universe just always sends somebody in my
Mm-hmm.
way. So I remember when I just went to the bank I was working at TD Bank first, right? I applied online and got a job and everything was working. And I went to the bank that I'm working now yesterday. What? No, I just came back. Sorry, people, my daughter. She once she hear me find something, she always come. Remember, I don't want your face on the internet. Please go over there. Go back, mommy. Go back. What I tell you about being disobedient? Back. Now. Thank you. I appreciate it. Go. Close the door. Once she hear me find something, so she go on,
Yeah, man, that's what it is, man.
Me say I. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're telling me, no, don't worry, that's been removed. Don't worry. Yeah, don't get distracted.
Yeah. So what did I say?
You were telling me
So
about
oh
getting the
yeah.
job at TD
So
and then where you're working now, yeah.
mhm. So I went to the bank that I'm working now to open an account. And the girl was like, she's Jamaican. She was like, I work them. I know. I'm saying, yeah, she, give me the website, excuse me. Give me the
Mhm.
website and I applied for the job and I got it. So it wasn't that hard for me getting a job,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
So it sounds as if like you had the perfect immigration story, the perfect migration story.
No, it never perfect. We have whole heap of challenges. But as me say, it wasn't so one thing, as me say, where the whole immigration thing taught me was resilience, mental resilience at that. So
Yeah.
resilience at that. So that's the most important thing. So I learned to deal with things different. You understand? So it's not like say I'm having the perfect
Mm-hmm.
immigration journey or whatever. No, it's not perfect. Because as I said, I'm facing a lot of challenges, some things that I don't want to get
Yeah,
into
yeah.
and stuff, but it's not perfect. And as I said, every single day, me want to go back on my yard. Me
So
want
as Yard
new things
Boss
say.
Vlog say, you got this, keep pushing,
Thank you, Yard Boss. I will. Thank you so much.
right?
I definitely will. Yeah.
And of course, myself, everybody over here, our 90% of persons over here understand
Hmm.
mentally how stressful this
Yes.
whole immigration
Hmm.
journey can
It
be.
is. Yep.
Sometimes it can keep you up at night and all of
At
those
night.
things, but
Yep. Hmm.
trust me, we understand. But reality versus expectation, that's something I want to ask you about. Now, for
Hmm.
you, you've traveled before, so you knew what to expect.
Hmm.
But for somebody, the perception that not we all, but a lot of persons have about the States, right?
Hmm.
What's the reality of living in the States compared to the expectations? Are things really easy, and is it really like the country that everybody should be aspiring to move to? Or is Canada really better?
We don't know about Canada. But let me tell you something. Me love Jamaica. And as me say,
Mhm.
me I go talk again. Not everybody can say the same thing. I've never had a
Yeah.
bad life in Jamaica. But with America, you have jobs. The jobs are available. Unlike Jamaica, sad to say, whole heap of job not available. You have to think outside the
Mhm.
box. Because at one point, a farming me did have to go into. You understand? You have to think outside the box to make money. Here, at one point, I was doing three jobs here. I was doing my regular job. I was
Mhm.
doing a part-time at a store, and then I was doing Uber Eats.
Yeah.
So the job is here. You can keep your head above waters. And for somebody where I come from Jamaica where did a situation where it wasn't as good as mine, they can make it. I'm
Yeah.
not going
Hustle
to lie.
mindset.
Yes, they can make it. As long as them have the mindset for work, you have to be willing to work. You can't come in America like, oh, you sit down in Jamaica, stay up on the corner, hey, bigger one bills or bigger two bills or whatever. It does not work. You have
Yeah.
to work and you have to willing to work. And as we say in Jamaica, in Jamaica, we always deal with things like from place of emotion over here, so logics, cause I just slip your slide right here. So you understand what I say? Are you easily
Solid,
get messed
solid,
up?
solid words. Solid, solid words. Solid
So yes.
words. You have
So
to
that's
willing to
one
put
thing.
in the work.
You have to put in the work. I have to put in the work. Enzi, I'm not playing with you. I already told Akil, sorry, I already told Akil that I was doing something and I don't want you to come inside here. What is it? Me soon deal with him. Tell Akil me I call him. Now. Sorry, people. Me,
Yeah,
me have
you
to
have to
be.
put her on the mommy hat, you know,
Yeah,
understand.
man.
You have to put her on the mommy hat.
Akil. Akil.
Guys, this is the time when you guys go and like the live right now, right? While Narda do some parenting. So
Me
smash a
say the
like on the
pity them,
live,
them
guys.
some yeah, them some here now, cause when usually when me why did that to her? You say liquor. Come, close the door and stop. I'm not playing. Them some here me missing of them are when me there Jamaica, me just carry for Friday, me not see them back till Sunday, you know. So me get
Yeah,
a little time there for reset. Like me, I
yeah.
got my green
Right here,
card,
sir.
then join the military to get my citizenship.
Yeah, that's the
The
Martin crew.
Martin crew, that was that was the plan. But things not always go as
Yeah.
planned. Sometimes some little hiccups and stuff. But
You have to just roll with it.
it is
That's
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah, of course. You have to keep going because as I said, if you not keep right so you can't sit down and keep no pity party. You cannot starve yourself. You have to keep going. Because I remember at one point, because guys go and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'll be talking about my journey like deeper
Hmm.
and all that I've been through. So I was married and I was in an abusive relationship. So go and join. Subscribe. Me
It's
not used to this.
Shinso.
Subscribe.
It's
Yeah.
Shinso. It pinned to the
So
chat, guys. Show some love.
mhm. So at one point, them are me did have to just go. Me mind clouded. Me can't think. Me just get up and go work. Me could do nothing. Me just at work. If you ask me, just I live for that
Yeah.
day only. So it's not easy. It is not easy.
Jaja. And that's what it is in these countries, you know. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
mind up, you don't have any time to really reset.
Reset.
Because
Yep.
that reset that we usually get in Jamaica, and I speak about this
Mm-hmm.
so much, and it's so funny that you're bringing this up because just the other day I was speaking about it as well, where I was mentioning that, listen, in Jamaica, you know when it's the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
When Friday 5 o'clock hits, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know when it's Sunday, you're gonna get a look at gospel on the radio, and right? But
Mm-hmm.
here in these countries, you can't tell Monday different from Sunday
From Sunday. Yep.
because one, everything is the same. The radio
Mm-hmm.
play the same music, them.
The same. Mm-hmm.
Everybody I go to work same way. It's just
Same
like you
way.
can't, so you don't get that level of reset. And
Mm-hmm.
that is really challenging for somebody like who's from Jamaica who needs that
Who
reset,
needs that? Yeah.
who needs that
Mm-hmm.
reset. So it's really hard. And I think people really need to understand that you're really sacrificing your mental
Your
health, your
mental
peace of
health. Yep.
mind
Mm-hmm.
in hopes of a better future, if not for us, for our kids. So that's why
For
we
our
do it
kids,
because
yeah. Mm-hmm.
we don't have that freedom. We don't have that
And feel
freedom where I can.
love. The thing when I think you find love.
We don't have that freedom feeling like you want to drive and just cool out on a beach or something like. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, Maryland, is it cold or is it what's the temperature like
It's
in
cool.
Maryland?
It's
Cold.
cool. And I don't like the cold, but yeah, it's cold.
Of
It's
course,
know like
your
a
cold
few
and my
days
cold are
ago.
two different cold.
Me know come here, you talk about some below something there. I couldn't deal with that.
Right, but
I
it's
couldn't
chilly.
deal with that, yeah. But it was like 40 something today, so it wasn't so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But a few days ago, it was really cold because it snowed, and when it the snow, so it's
Slush and
cold,
crap,
yeah.
yeah. So would you encourage a prospective immigrant to move to the US? Like as a Jamaican who have made the transition, you're living your life, challenges and all. Do you
Mm-hmm.
still think it's something that people should be aspiring towards? Say migrating to the States still, or it's better off just staying in their home country and trying to make life. Of course, this is just your own opinion. We're not telling nobody what to
Mm-hmm.
do, but just your own perspective.
So as I said, my situation is kind of different. So me I gonna be biased and say don't do it. But as I said, the opportunities are here. Once
Mm-hmm.
you're willing to put in the work, come. One thing we can tell you, do not trust nobody. It no matter where them tell you not trust them. I could have your best friend, I could have your partner, do not trust them. And it's sad to say, especially if they were already living here. Because you have some people, them have the mindset, oh, me go through this, so you have to go through it too. Me deal with this, so you have to deal with this too. You understand what I say? So, just be smart. If you're never if you're living a good life in Jamaica, stay. That's all
Mhm.
I can say. Because you have to go come, you have to start over. And sometimes starting over is not always easy and not always work
Yeah,
out for everybody. And as I said, not everybody is mentally strong and can deal with it. And sometimes, like when I was going through my thing, I did not want to talk about anybody because I did not want to tell anybody because of, one, we did embarrass. So it was kind of really hard dealing with that by
yeah,
myself. So at one point I was like, Jesus Christ, am I going crazy? So, stuff like that. As I say, you have to sacrifice your mental health. So, but
yeah,
if you want, come. And I just the truth. The opportunities are here. You're willing to put in the work. You can make it. And as me say, you can achieve things easier, quicker than you would in Jamaica. I'm not gonna tell a lie.
but at a
So,
cost.
but at a cost.
At a cost.
And not everybody come and face the same problems, but you know,
Yeah, I'm still there.
how long have you been in America? So Martin, the crew, I moved here permanently in 2021.
So long?
Yeah, I've moved there. Yeah, I've been here since 2021.
Mm. And
Yeah.
Stephanie Brown says, greetings to Andersons and guests. Big up, big up, big up. Martin Cruz says, my first job was at a warehouse lifting boxes. It's crazy because
Well, Martin, if me did get one job, anything I me did get at the time, would I take him? Me not tell a lie. Anything at all, cause me did because I was living off my savings. So anything me did take at one point, me I said, then can't I am if a clean dog and me not like dog. Me
yeah.
not abuse the dog people. Me not be cruel to animals, don't get me wrong. But anything me get at that time, me would have taken me not tell a lie.
That's the
Mhm.
part a lot of people don't understand that, that Martin Crew bring that up. The fact that sometimes you have to start over. You're
Start
moving to a
over.
new country. Nothing that you have done in your home country really matters.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes you have transferable skills, you did the other,
Mhm.
but you're moving to a brand new country. You're starting
Yep.
over from zero,
Zero.
zero.
Literally zero.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so not many people willing to do that. Like I remember when
Yep.
Nats and I just moved to Canada. After
Mhm.
driving in Jamaica for years, for example, of our own vehicle, you did the other. Come to Canada, each up in a bus. No, well, not each up in a bus, but literally
Yeah.
taking the bus
Mhm.
kind of thing. Like going
Mhm.
walk into the bus stop and stuff like that. I was like, that this it just felt strange. And nothing is wrong with taking the bus by itself, but the fact that you're used to your own
You use
convenience.
your own. Mhm.
You're used to your own convenience of just jumping in a vehicle and moving when you're ready to know, literally. I'm looking on the bus
I
schedule,
look
like when is the next bus coming kind of thing. It's
like
like
you miss it.
it's
Yeah.
like it's like people don't understand that mentally. It's like you're taking like it's like you're going back to like when you're just
Yep.
18 years old,
Mhm.
graduate high
Mhm.
school, and starting over, looking for your first
Starting over.
job,
Yep.
getting a job.
Mhm.
It's like everything is from scratch,
Yep.
right?
And then them are especially when you already, achieve some things in a Jamaica and you reach at not saying you're bigger than people or whatever, but
Yeah.
sometimes when you're there at work and some people are talk to you some way, I say, we don't want to depend, but you have to just roll it like a Gino because you need your job. You
Especially when I
understand?
know
So
that person and I know, like that person there is not really like on your level, like like mentally, like
exactly.
the thing where the
Hmm.
person is telling you about, you're like, what?
What?
You're like,
Hmm.
we have experienced it, we have all experienced it, but mentally, it
Yep.
is something that we have to deal with,
Yeah.
right? And people need to understand that. Listen, you're not gonna just come here today, and when I say here, I mean to Canada and to the States, and
Right.
things are just gonna work out at a snap of a finger. You're gonna struggle
Nope.
first.
Struggle. Yep.
You're gonna have days when you really
Hmm.
struggle. So you ever
Yep.
broke yet in the States? Like you ever broke yet?
As me say, people always save me. They are, but I will tell a lie. People always save me. But of course, because as I said, at one point, I was literally just because I was taking the Uber. Cause me say people got subscribe to my channel and make gonna hear my story. My
Yeah.
ex-husband take with the car key, take with the car. I had to take Uber, run up credit card, me literally I recover from, decisions that me I had to make and stuff like that. So it's really at one point me I said, Jesus Christ, so how it did bad. I call a shelter one time, and then when I Google everything on YouTube, everything, me I wonder like how the shelter look. I me see people, how them I say, how the shelter look. Me I say, me prefer go back on my yard, cause me have me house like up a Jamaica, nobody no live there.
Yeah.
Might as well me go on before me stay in a shelter with my kids them. So
Yeah.
as me say, at one point, me literally did I go crazy. I have an uncle in Pennsylvania. Me and him never close. My mother, brother, and my mother they close, but me and him never close. If him never come and say, I'm gonna take the kids them for the summer holiday, and me say someone is always coming to save me. And
Yeah.
him come take the kids them for the summer holiday and say, go and go sort out yourself. I will keep them for as long as you want me to, but
Oh.
go and sort out yourself. And then I want to tell you, I appreciate my uncle so much. This me go cry, but
Big up
me
uncle.
literally
Big up uncle, man.
big
Big
up
up
my
uncle.
uncle right to my uncle and him wife. Oh my God.
Big up
Jesus
your uncle,
Christ.
man.
Big up my uncle and him wife. Them are me. I tell you, cause we never had a relationship. And when me say how, and my daughter, she's very affectionate. So I was kind of worried about that too. And when she's like, Mommy, that's my favorite uncle, and him spoiler. Some people can be so,
Yeah.
yeah, and I was like,
Pretentious.
just yeah, and I was like, oh my God, my worry for my kids. And my son a big boy, so
Yeah.
him can't angle it, but my daughter, I said, Jesus Christ, my worried for her. And then it took me like 2 months, literally, because when I did not know where I was going. Like, to be honest with
Mhm.
you, when I left my ex house, me never have nowhere to go. And me decided that me never did I go on nobody yard before me go on nobody yard for them put
You
me
go
out in the
home.
fire again, me go right back home. You understand me? I say so me there I got in and out the man lock me out of the house. Me no want to talk too much, you know, go subscribe to my channel. The man lock me out of the house, them are me a window me take as the door. When me tell her say the man degrade me them are, believe me. So stuff like that kind of mentally
Mm-hmm.
affected mentally, not gonna tell a lie.
So the only
And
question I ask you about that because we
mhm.
don't want to dwell upon that because I did promise you a happy conversation and I know I over here and a ball and
No
anything. I
man,
go
but
check
no
out
man,
her.
me not bad
But
man. Me hold it like a G man. What you talk
but
about?
but this
Everything
ex of
good and
yours, is he
normal.
an American or is he a Jamaican
No,
living
he's
in America?
Jamaican. He's Jamaican. He's
Brother, I'm
Jamaican in
disappointed.
America. Yeah, man. Me I tell
May
him, man, me
expect to
could have.
hear that from
Oh God,
no
man,
offense to
me I
the
tell
other
you.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
man, me I tell you, man. As me say, there's always two sides to a story, but nothing that I did
mhm,
warrant what he did. Me I be totally honest with you. I've
yeah,
never stepped out of my marriage and stuff. People might meet all the time, but you have some people once them have the angle and you have the blade, them are them I go dry it and cut you. And that's why
yeah,
me say you have to don't trust nobody. Do not
gotcha.
trust nobody when you if you come on your own. Do your thing on your own. Or whatever. Don't make nobody tell you if you come. But anyways, as me
Yeah,
say, if
make to switch the beat a little bit. Make to
yeah,
switch the beat a little
yeah.
bit. Make to switch
So,
the beat a little bit. And then I'll
so
ask you this, we just change the topic because I see what you're talking about. Let's just change the topic.
no,
So
no, but yeah,
Abuta,
actually, me ever broken at the same, but me I
yeah,
tell you say yes. At one point, me never have nowhere to go. Me a Uber go work. The people them no know and them something there. One
yeah,
at time, me work have to put me in a hotel and stuff. So it was really, 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 really bad. As me say, but as me say, you only like a G. And once me say you focus and say, listen, you have to do this even if not for yourself. As me say, me have two kids, me have to do it for my kids them. As the summer over, me go for my penny, then me get back a car, get me apartment. Good again. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
that is
willing to
it.
put in
And
the work. Yep.
people always think that listen, these countries are exempt from challenges, and which is why I really
Mm-mm.
like to have these conversations so people can know exactly that. Listen, that you're not gonna be exempted from challenges. If
Right.
anything, you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
face more challenges than you ever
Yep.
faced in your entire
Yep.
life.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't face as much challenges in Jamaica that I'm facing in Canada
That's your
after
face.
moving.
Yep.
And it's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing for you. So people, it's just for us to paint a realistic expectation that
Right.
listen,
Right.
don't come and feel like say oh like money's growing on trees and like you're sweeping the
Yep.
sidewalk and then
I
you're
want
picking up money.
don't well under them are don't follow on us on social media. Cause all of them the time they when me I go through, when they see me on social media, I always Chris and just a laughing at them are the people them not even know so no going at the Uber driver car. Me just a leg on my mom, me just a sing like a bird. Cause me not nobody to talk to if me not talk to
Yeah,
my therapist.
yeah,
So don't follow us on social media cause people and not say make it look like say your life just great, but people go
yeah.
on social media for laugh and time. But no one see nothing depressing and all of them something there. So you have to just put out your best all the time.
That is true. That is true. But
Mhm.
also, I really feel like, and I'm guilty of this also. Like in
Mhm.
Canada, I used to paint a perfect picture that Canada is good and all of these things. But I stopped doing that because it's very important for persons like you and I to paint a realistic picture, so
Right,
people
right.
can know that. Because a lot of times, people are new to the States, they are
Mm-hmm.
new to Canada,
Mm-hmm.
they're going through their challenges, and they feel like they're the only ones
Only
going
one
through it.
going through it,
They
right?
feel like
Mm-hmm.
nobody else went through it because when they look on social
When
media,
they
when
look
they
on
look
social
on
media, yep.
all they can see is other people out there living their best life,
Living their best
and then
life,
they're
yep.
wondering like why things not working out for me,
Working
why
for
it's not,
me,
why
yep.
am I going through this? But when everybody share what they went through,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. At its worst, at the least, it lets somebody else know that listen, I went through this as
I
well.
went through, yeah.
I went
Yep.
through this as well, and it's okay to struggle
It's
because
okay. Mm-hmm.
as long as you have that goal and you
But
know why
it's
you're doing it.
okay to struggle, but do not feel sorry for yourself. You still have to go because once you feel sorry for yourself, and nobody know there saw pity, you know. And you can't go to people with their problem because everybody have their own problems. So you have to keep going. That's one thing you have to keep going. And as me say, sometimes people don't want to hear your problem to say if you can find one therapist and talk to, or you can find somebody and take them advice with a grain of salt, cause sometimes them give some advice where them not go through it, you know, but them a tell you and them and you say, Jesus, but this not gonna work for me. Me try it
It's not
already
gonna
or
work.
whatever. You know, you understand what I say? So you have to keep going. That's why they
I
call it
always say two
migrations.
things. When I tell somebody a challenge is one,
Mm-hmm.
they don't care, and
They
two,
don't care.
they're
Yep.
glad it's not them.
It's
So
not them.
so,
Yep.
so one or
Yep.
two options. One,
Mm-hmm.
they don't care, and the second one is they're glad it's not them.
They're glad it's
So
not them. Yep.
ultimately, you're the one who actually have to go out there and
Out
actually,
there and yep.
and
You
everybody
just
have,
have to
as
keep
a rightfully
pushing.
say, everybody
Mm-hmm.
have an opinion,
Yep.
right? Everybody have an opinion and so forth, so on. But anyways, we could go to the chat a little bit now because I feel like I've been ignoring it. So we have the Martin Crew says my first apartment was a basement. Stephanie Brown says I read that one. Martin Crew said, how long have you been in America? So I was a police in Jamaica with house and car. Started from scratch in New York. Then is this Sky Knight says that's right. It's important to show a realistic side of migration. It's not easy to start over,
To
and
start
it's very
over.
important. It's very very important. So, do you have any
Well, and
plans
so
of?
the Martin crew, was it worth it? And how long did it take you for you to like go back on your feet?
Very good question.
Or was it hard? Let me ask you that. Was it hard for you?
I know the Martin Crew a little bit, but I won't answer for him. I'll let him answer in the chat
Okay,
to see if
yeah,
he's still
okay.
there. Yeah. But do you have any plans of leaving Maryland to anywhere else in the states?
So I want warmth and as close to tropical as possible.
So you're thinking
Um
Florida?
I've been to Florida and what them big old lizard there, what they call it? Me go on another road. Me not tell a lie, I'm afraid of them they sitting there. So me not sure about that. I was leaning more towards Texas. I've never been there, so I want to go
Mhm.
there first and see. But as me say, me love the four seasons. Me not gonna lie. So you know, me
Yeah.
want to
It have
experience
a
the
vibes. It have a
coolness. Yeah,
vibes. It have a
it
vibes.
have a buzz. Me not gonna lie to you. So that I am not sure about yet. But
What
yeah,
about
me like
leaving America to probably Canada?
so I've never like thought about that. I've never been to Canada. I wasn't and it's like a son of it, but I'm never really interested to go to Canada to be
All right,
honest
okay,
with
in the
you.
live right now. We're in the live right now, please. Yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. We're gonna end the live right now.
Hey, people don't listen to it. But it's just as me say them are me not gonna tell a lie. Me did like Jamaica. Me not like traveling, me not like playing and them something there. So me never really interested for really I go up and down and I move up and down and all of that.
Yeah.
You understand me? I say me did
hmm
love Jamaica, me love Jamaica to me. I love Jamaica, me not sell out. Me love Jamaica bad to me heart. As me say, you know, me used to go on my El shop on Sunday, go eat my
yeah.
lobster and them something there, you know. So I really love Jamaica. So I never really say me I go migrate until me meet my ex. You understand
Yeah.
what I say? So me no
But
know, but me love
okay.
Maryland though.
So Maryland is home right now,
It's home
and
right
then
now.
the
Yes.
future take care of itself, kind of
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Hmm.
not bad. But when last have you been to Jamaica?
So since I moved here, I haven't been back since
Okay.
2021. Yeah.
Well,
I
you and
mean,
me both.
I mean, I can travel. I can go back if I want to, but if it's not like, im- emergency, cause you know you have to set up yourself now,
Yeah.
and and stuff like that. So yeah.
Do you have any Jamaican culture in Maryland?
Um, so they, I just haven't really gone over really, so I don't
hmm
know, but As I said, there are a lot of Caribbean people here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, yeah, of course, they must have something. As I
Yeah,
said, I kind of stay by myself. I'm a loner, so I don't really know.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. Well, the great songwriter Masika say, we don't mix and mingle.
We don't mix our mingle. Yeah, so I just need that long time. I'm not saying better than nobody, may I make it clear. It's just me that long time. I've always been a loner. Yeah, so yeah.
That is it. That is it. And the kids, they're
Yeah.
good. They're that Maryland is home. That's what they know, and so forth,
To be
so on.
honest with you, my son, like Maryland, my daughter, mommy, we want to go back to Jamaica. I want to go to the beach and stuff. So yeah, but
Yeah,
now I always want to go back home.
that's okay.
Yeah,
She'll get over it.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm joking,
Yeah.
but like for me myself as well, I haven't been back home to Jamaica since 2019, so
So
it's
when
been
you
a
plan to
while.
go back?
You know what? We we wanted to go back this year, but probably we'll make 2025 run off based on the amount of plane crash we see I go on car.
Lord of mercy. Hey, I've been a like plane already. Hey, them around me, they on plane, and I'm not talking with nobody, you know. When me see all the plane I move two sides, me say, how the pilot boy are they plan?
Yeah.
Because me I say,
Yeah,
you know, like a
one night
plane,
stay for
man.
everybody else asleep and some stay. Any funny movement,
Hey,
any funny
me
movement.
say them are, me say I flight attendant, they may look on their face and me I say, she look
Read
happy, you know. So that means say it
everything
playing
good.
good.
Everything
Everything
good.
good. And
Them a
that's
laugh,
how
them a
me
smile and
they
stay
must
so.
smile. Yeah. I mean I watch it hey, me not sleep on plane, you know. Oh, me no
Yo,
rub them the way
honestly,
they come. Me not like plane.
it's the same. So because of that now we say yo, we wanted to go back in 2025, but in truth and in fact
Mm-hmm.
still, um it's just to get that feel of home. Because sometimes, home is always going to be home. Your
Home,
homeland is
yep.
always going to be a
Mm-hmm.
homeland. But in truth and in fact, like, we have family here as well, working and getting, like, the extended family closer to us as well. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
ultimately speaking, it's not like we don't really have much to go back home to. Like, we don't have a house in Jamaica. We don't really have our immediate family. Everybody's here kind of thing. So,
Oh, really?
um,
Like really close to you? That's nice though. Yeah. Maybe if I had family like near me, then I would
mhm.
kind of feel, different or whatever.
Yeah, but
But
it's just to get
that's
that
good.
sense of home still, because
Home,
especially not
yeah.
she's really homesick right now.
Oh yeah?
And like I forgot string two penny together now make it happen. I forgot like string two things together, you got
Yeah.
I make it
Yeah, but that's
happen.
good enough.
But
Yeah.
in truth and in fact, like miss the food, but miss the food, the weather, the beaches, the rivers, stuff like that. But those things are subjective, is what I would like
Mm,
to say, like kind of thing. So because of that, we're not in any great rush to go back home kind of
yeah.
thing.
Hmm.
Right? What about you?
Yeah.
When are you planning to go back home?
Just thinking July because I have a vacation coming up July, but let me see how
Hmm.
that go. I don't
And what
know.
you miss most about Jamaica?
Jesus Christ, them already know me a belly as I miss the food. Jesus Christ. I miss the food, the authentic Jamaican food. Because I
And if you
cook
had to
here,
name
but
like that one food that you miss the most, what would that be?
the jerk pork are all over the farmers.
Ja, ja, ja. Big up all of the all our
Jerk,
people.
yeah, man, the jerk pork the farmers, man. I love that. But I would say we really want one vegetable patty from juicy beef. Not gonna tell no lie.
So hold on, you gonna go to Jamaica go eat vegetable patty?
Yeah, man, it bad, man. Just when
Nah,
them just
man.
make it them I forgot about night 10, 11 o'clock when them just make it nice, man.
Nardia, you have
Oh
to give me
God,
one
man.
cheese patty with extra cheese. Cook 'em.
No, man, I just want the vegetable patty, man. Just the way it tastes, man. But as I say, I miss everything about home. That's my home. Jamaica have my
Yeah,
heart, I'm a home,
gotcha.
yeah.
But now you're an adopted American. You're adopted in a new country. Do you feel like a second class citizen at all in the states, like in Maryland?
As I said, not really.
That's good.
Not really. Yeah,
That
not
that's good.
really. Yeah.
You don't get much of the Canadian smile over that side of the world.
Why the Canadian smile?
It's funny because I'm sure that 90% of the chat, once I say a Canadian smile, they know what I'm talking about. But a Canadian smile is when a Canadian
Hold on 1 second,
sees,
Demar. Don't move. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Your kids them hurt each other.
Miss say,
Yeah, guys.
Akil, Kenzie,
We
stop.
have 50 of
I'm
you
not
guys on the
playing.
live right
Get
now, but
up.
only have 19 likes. Please take a second, hit that like button, get us to at least 30 likes. Really appreciate it. And if you guys haven't already subscribed to our channel, please take a second and hit that subscribe button. Just having a reason with an old friend. Migrated to the States. you know the thing, go, guys. So just run up that like button, like numbers, get me to at least 30 likes. There's like almost 50 of you guys here. Just click that like button, subscribe to the channel. Makes a big, big difference. Appreciate it, guys.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, that man. Hold on.
Yeah, man, that's it. Nobody beat nobody over there, you know.
Come right here with a computer. Is it charged?
You know, the
Hold
country.
it. It's me. Remember, I said, me can't do well in a prison, them cause as I look, then talk about child abuse. And when in a Jamaica, you run them with 2 hours, like, where?
Yeah, man, they say kids have
But,
rights. That they
mm-hmm.
say, you know, they say children have rights in these countries, but not,
You
and
say,
I'm my household, so I understand.
me run and me
Uh,
run my yard. But
that is it.
sometimes, you know.
It's crazy. It's crazy because like
Mm-hmm.
I have heard of so many families who get in a trouble because a simple like spanking them kids or
Yes, man.
so forth so on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pin go to
And when they
school and
go to
just tell the
school,
wrong teacher.
Lord,
Yes, yes, yes.
when they go to school, go say the wrong thing. Jesus
And the
Christ.
teacher them no ramp night either, them a fish feet, you know. It's like, so how does mom discipline you at home? How does what? It's like they want to take away your pitney.
They want to take away pitney.
Jaja.
Jesus Christ, me I tell you, man, you
Can't
have to be
manage it,
careful,
man.
man.
Can't
That's
manage
one
it
more
none
thing you
at
have to be
all.
careful about. When you're over here, so too. Jesus
Hmm.
Christ.
So I was
Mm-hmm.
telling you about the Canadian smile,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Canadian smile is when a Canadian sees someone who is assumingly an immigrant based on the fact that you're probably black or you're brown or some minority oftentimes. The
Mm-hmm.
Canadian smile is usually flashed towards an immigrant, prospective immigrant. So it's when Canadians see you, they have a straight face, but because they don't want to just turn away their head, they give you a fake smile instead. So you get something
Mm.
looking like this. So straight face, then and then turn your head.
No. So where I'm at in well, so as I said, as I mentioned before, Maryland is very diverse. So
Yeah.
it's mostly because them can't even know if you're immigrant or not. I'm mostly black, predominantly black here.
Yeah.
And then you have the Hispanic people, you have like
Mm.
different races and stuff. So I never really experienced
Yo, yeah, you're
nothing
not gonna
like
get
that.
that. You're not gonna get that there. But
Yeah.
guys, let me know in the chat if you guys know what the Canadian smile is. Just drop a yes in the chat if you guys know what the Canadian smile is. So I can see if I'm the only one who's getting the Canadian smile out here. That's just white smile thems.
Oh.
This time.
Vincent, yeah, that's how I smell. Cause over there are black.
Yeah. It's very
Yeah.
it's very prevalent. It's very, very prevalent here. And like
Oh yeah?
it's like we're from a country where it's almost like if I don't like you, Narda, you're gonna know. I'm not gonna pretend.
Okay,
I'm not gonna
that me say too.
right?
But
I'm not
that's
gonna
so.
pretend to like you. And like if you know
Mm,
somebody's grumpy, they're just gonna wear it on them face. You know exactly what somebody
what
represent
the
by just looking at them.
looking at them.
If they're messed up, you just don't say, "Have I that one day?" Or the one that look friendly. Or
Mm,
but here, a lot of people pretend.
pretend
They put on
well.
a fake smile on their face, so you don't know if this person is genuinely
Genuine.
a good person
Mm-hmm.
to approach or not because they're very pretentious,
Yep.
right? So
Same thing here.
Sky Knight says yes, you know the Canadian smile. Vincent says the
Master,
master it.
sometimes me do it
Sometimes we do
before
it
them.
before them.
We are wrong your Vincent. I don't wrong your Vincent.
Right? Exactly. It's like it's like I get it. Like Maryland, as I said, is very diverse.
Mm-hmm.
Very diverse. In Canada, and when I say Canada, speaking generally, even though I'm in a small town called Grand Prairie, rural Alberta, yada yada yada,
So hold
it's
on.
very.
So which part you that them are? Mostly black people or white people there?
I don't think there's anywhere in Canada that has mostly black people.
Oh, okay, okay, I got you.
Right? I look like shit. What can I do about? I don't know.
Who's
That's
that?
just a spam. Let me
Oh,
just black that spirit. But I'm saying that where I am at, it's considered to be what is called a redneck county,
okay.
meaning that it's very white.
Right.
It's that
Mm-hmm.
white culture which is like camping and just outdoorsy and just like
Yeah.
hiking and redneck and just like, woo, you get what I mean? So
Oh, yeah.
it's that kind of culture. So like as a matter of fact, when I just moved there in 2019, when I see another black person, this is the two of us just looking at each other.
Oh, yeah.
And then oh, there's another black person.
Yeah.
It was very far and few in between. Like even when we're going to the stores and the restaurant, like everyone just stop and turn around and like yeah, even got to some events and like some families have had their kids and the kids just looking at you and stuff like that
Oh,
because
really?
yeah, because it's like it's not that like sometimes I go up to them and say, "Oh, I know you're not used to seeing black people and stuff like that." I have even had one lady say, "Hey, can I touch your skin?" Yeah, literally.
What?
Oh, so it's very redneck. So like so it's white dominated. So
Mm,
like that's what we call the Canadian smile. And
okay.
also because like I have a lot of Canadian friends now,
Mm-hmm.
many of whom are white. And I've asked them about the Canadian smile, and their justification is, we're just trying to be polite. We're
Polite.
just
Yeah.
we're just trying to like we're just trying to not like ignore you. We're just trying to like acknowledge that hey, we see
Mm-hmm,
you.
mm-hmm,
I'm
mm-hmm.
like, yeah, please don't. I'm like, yeah. Like our culture is no, not do that.
No,
Like,
yeah. Well, if you don't like, if me not like you, me not like you.
yeah, just keep it
Yeah.
moving.
Mhm.
Just got you, right?
Yeah. Yep.
The Weekend Meltdown says, Yo, Dems, my employer approached the city for a nomination of Grand Prairie. Tell them, say, they're focusing on people who have permit expiring this year. Mash up my little dream to come to that side. So I have to be searching for a new employer elsewhere. Jaja, don't give up because I know somebody who has gotten an endorsement very recent, although that person has already been here. But um, yeah, connect with me otherwise, and let's see if we can chat a little bit more about options, right? Anyways, Nardia, scale of 1 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where you do rate the states? Maryland, in your case. And when I'm talking about, I want you to take into consideration cost of living, very important, job opportunities, right? And opportunity to integrate as an immigrant.
All right. So, for one, integration as an immigrant in Naga really hard, as me say, because of the Maryland is very diverse, so you're
Yeah.
good. But not saying you're not going to face challenges, but it's kind of easier
Mhm.
to navigate. But cost of living them are Jesus Christ, cost of living I. Sometimes when they're done, job opportunities. I mean, as I said, I'm not really looking for anything no, but I'm
Yeah.
sure it's kind of especially because we live near the nation capital. We have
Yeah.
a lot of government jobs and stuff. You can always get, so that kind of good. But the cost of living them are it. I
Give me an
me,
idea, like
me,
for a 2 bedroom apartment, ballpark, what would that
mhm.
averagely cost somebody?
So the cheapest, let's say 1600. That's the cheapest.
That would be roughly $1,750 Canadian.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's the cheapest. Yeah, and then
That's not terrible.
it's not, but
But income wise, like
yeah.
what's the average income like for a single income? Not I know a lot of person work two, three
Mhm.
jobs, but like the average income for the average person per month after tax, what would that look like?
Um, maybe 4,000, 5,000.
Oh, okay. So it's roughly like probably 45% of your overall income in rent.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty high.
yeah. No, no, no. I'm
That's
telling you, it's high. The cost of
yeah.
living in Maryland, and then food. Them are when I go to the supermarket, I say, Jesus Christ, when I buy, me not get nothing. When me I pay $200, me I pay $300, you not getting nothing at all. So, but
It
yeah,
sounds
but as
like
I said,
Canada. It sounds like you guys live in Canada because it's the same thing over here as well.
the cost of
It's,
living,
whew, it's like crazy. It's like literally right now. Like one time, persons could have a little money, then could have go out every Friday night or have a little
mhm,
change, can have something. Right now, is literally paycheck to paycheck.
yep,
Majority of persons living by, and I'm not just talking about in Alberta. I'm talking about right around the country. Everybody
mhm.
just literally living paycheck to paycheck,
Paycheck to paycheck,
and
yeah.
it's really bad because that wasn't the case a couple of years ago. But
Mm.
honestly, I think things are gonna get worse before they get better because of course your president is really and truly putting in a lot of measures that's gonna cause things to
Right,
go
leave
up
me
on
alone.
both sides. Like,
Yeah,
Nardia,
yeah.
now you're president. I stayed today, man. A prime minister we have over here, so
Leave me alone. Yeah,
right? So what
but the
can we
good thing
do?
is that you are not, so you are not, so you're not good. That's a the good thing. But for me, I think say it make for a single person thrive, to be honest with you.
Even for two
Right?
person,
So,
good. That's why we need you guys to subscribe to the channel if you don't subscribe it. You
if I
understand?
want to subscribe to my channel, because if I'm not son them or and he can't say that. Imagine when me I say and I'm me alone, But as I say, you have to do them or you have to make it work,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to be super grateful so you have a job, because I only for people you can't say the same thing. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people can't say the same thing. So that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful
Yeah.
that I have a job, and I'm physically capable of
Yeah, man.
cost of
Foreigner gonna
living
make
is
you
high
broke.
all
That's a
over the
true.
world.
That's
But
how my
you say,
charge when I
man,
like call him name.
they just see drunk.
Right? And
Ah,
David Joseph said the
boy.
cost of living is high all over the
All over
world.
the world.
That's true because cost of living is really relative to your income, to your
To your income.
expenses.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. And the thing of the matter is, when I look at the cost of living in Jamaica for some stuff, it costs the same like what it costs in Canada. Like when I do the
No, sir.
conversion, like the cost of living for like certain things like houses and cars and like everything, it costs the same that it costs in Canada. But the only difference is you're not earning as much as you earn in
No, sir.
Canada
Me not
or in
agree
the
them are,
States.
because right now my rent way, 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 way more than my mortgage at Jamaica. So I'm living in one, as they say, one gated community. So me not gonna say that. I'm a
Probably,
conversion queen. So me convert everything. If you follow me not buy nothing over here, so
but
because me
probably,
convert.
probably because you buy a house a couple of years ago.
Well, yeah, yeah,
Probably
maybe.
probably that's the thing because right now
Hmm.
I can tell you right now that what I hear some people paying for rent is upwards of 100,000 or close to 100,000 in Jamaica for like a decent place to live. Nardia, where the Nardia?
Really?
Come on, Nardia, where the fun? Where the fun, Nardia?
I like that one. Come here, really have nobody around more really pay their money there for rent. Cause nobody not pay their money there for rent.
Look, like when I used to rent in Jamaica, I used to pay like $40,000 for rent, right? And
Most of them are your chest too high.
that was like one of the cheapest we could have find.
When me start pay rent at $12,000, me did that pay.
Nardia,
Me don't know if
Nardia.
I try all about still. All about country. Me did that pay $12,000 them are that me did that pay for rent
What were
when
you
me
paying
start.
$12,000 for?
I had a one bedroom, a bathroom, a kitchen, living room, and veranda.
Let me just tell us, say, probably the
I'm
landlord
gonna
didn't
give
like
you
you.
all about.
Probably, probably the landlord
Maybe
didn't
try
like
all
you.
over. And I never know, like, no, none of the scheme them. I one of the old scheme them. So maybe that's one of the reason too.
But
Yeah.
where I was renting, it was a two-bedroom. It was an
Mm-hmm.
offside of a house, first and foremost. It was an offside of a house, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other half you lock up, but then decided to say, nah, rent you out. You just lock
Naren.
you
Mm-hmm.
up. So it was a two-bedroom, one bathroom, living room, and kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Decent yard space with car porch. $40,000 a month in a Spanish
Not
town.
that high.
Not gated. Not
That
gated.
high.
And all I teeth me carrot I had. Long story. But anyway.
That's yeah.
But anyways, that was like the average at that point in time. And that was like we started renting there, I think in 2015, and that was rent at that point in time. That's like
Wow.
10 years ago.
Yeah, that's high.
But that was
That's high.
average.
But
So
even when I was living, because before I bought my house, right? I was living in one of the gated communities. I mean, used to pay like $29,000, and that was a two-bedroom.
guys, if anybody from Jamaica watching this
Yeah,
right
me I
now,
know.
more you
As
guys just
me
drop
say
in the
me
chat
about
right
down,
now. What's the average
ball down
rent?
price, and from them see me, them know say me cheap. So me nah pay that. But
Right?
and I knew about village, and at 29,000 me did that pay.
And that's a nice community.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
If you guys are watching this right now, either live or after the fact, I want you guys to pop in the chat. If you're in Jamaica right now, what's the in the urban area, to be fair, because of course in the rural areas it's probably gonna be a little bit cheaper. But in the urban areas in Jamaica, what the average rent is like right now, right? I just want to
The
know to see
Alberta minimum
if I was being
charge
ripped
should be
off.
based on the ratio of cost of income instead of converting currency.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
David. We did say it's a correlation between income and expenses. Like it's really like based on what you earn compared to what things cost. But yeah, I want you guys to tell me what's the average rent cost in Jamaica right now because I want to see if my landlord was scamming me back in
Yeah, scam him, did I
2020.
scam you? Him did I scam you,
Nah,
them are.
as
Me
to be
not
fair,
tell
it
no
wasn't
lie.
exactly $40,000. It was like 38,000 or very close to 40,000. Hey, Taya Cross from welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello,
Hmm.
chat. Yeah, it was very close to 40 grand every single month. Every
Wow.
single month. See, look, my granny, I pay 77,000 Jamaican D for her condo in Portmore.
But more
In Portmore. In Portmore.
backside.
That's what I'm telling you. It's like it's close to 100 grand. And some places it's even more than 100 grand.
That's a lot of money. Me need pay that,
What can you
afford
do?
more.
My sister is paying
My sister is
60,000
paying
per month for
60,000
three
per
bedroom
month
room
for
in
three
Eltham
bedroom.
Vista. Nardia, you know Eltham Vista. Eltham we used to go.
60,000 for three bedroom. That kind of aina Elton man.
that's that's cheap. That's
That
cheap.
really. When
That's
I
cheap
last
right
time I
now.
rent, I think about 20. 'Cause I got my house in 2014 or 2013. And back in a 2011, 2012, me I pay $29,000 in a New Harbour village too at the time.
I'm not telling you, so probably the landlord
Oh,
delighted.
I want woman that one day. The first one
It
we
don't
need to pay
matter. It
12,000.
don't matter. It doesn't
Oh
matter.
man. But that one day I want woman. You never me need to pay that still them are. Me not gonna tell you like as me say me 77 is very good
Seven is a
price.
very good
Okay, David.
price. I'm
Me cheap
telling
bad
you.
in a David, so me no know. Me ball it down. Me
No
go
man,
ball it down.
that is good at the ball down price. If I don't mind shop, then tell her I want 85 and then ball it down to 77
To
because
77.
the thing is, also right now, not just in Jamaica, but I think in the world in general,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people they have places that they usually do long-term rentals on that they're using for short-term rentals, Airbnbs, etc.
Yeah.
Because of that quick fix and they don't have to deal with the nuances
The
of like
new.
having that
Yeah.
long-term renter in their place. So it simply means that the availability of long-term rentals are very far and few in between. Demand and supply, right? Scarcity equal price increase. That's how it is.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
because the governments don't put anything in place to say, okay, then we're gonna make Airbnb pay extra tax or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
A lot of people just do the short-term rental, get that quick fix,
Quick.
don't have to deal
Mm-hmm.
with the long-term ramifications.
Yep.
So whatever is there, and it's the same thing that costs rental prices to go up in Canada as well,
Yep.
because a lot of persons do their short-term rentals, and then there's just not enough long-term rental
Long term.
opportunities, so people just raise the price to wherever they
Mm-hmm.
want it to be because the market decide the price. And it's the same thing in
And
Jamaica. The
then
market decide the price, and the price is really high. Like
mm-hmm.
when I do the conversion in my mind, what I would be spending in Jamaica on a vacation is the same thing I would be spending here in Canada.
And
It's the
can
same
mm-hmm.
exact thing, but we think of Jamaica, we think that no things are gonna be cheaper because the other. It's just that we kind of probably gonna be able to afford it because we earning to the
Right,
level to
right.
afford
Mm-hmm.
that kind of that expense.
Mm-hmm.
But in Jamaica, working in Jamaica, you're not earning enough to cover that
To cover
expense.
it, yeah.
So that's what it
Yeah.
is. Anyway, that's enough economics for you guys. That's enough
Mhm.
economics for you guys. So yeah. So where are you now in your life? What's the goal? What's the plan? Are you just now just taking it one day at a time? What's going on?
So yeah, me I take it one day at a time. But at the goal right now, I want to purchase a house here.
Hmm.
So you talk about the Airbnb. People may soon start the Airbnb. So when you ready for God Jamaica and link me up, you have a tree, me have a house, me I fix it up for the Airbnb now. But I
When I
really want
want
to
to
get a
start that
house
work,
here.
I will probably take you up on that offer there, because
Not
as
me
bad as
me
things
friend them
be.
gonna fix up the yard. So
No, when me link in and I don't know, but I tell me about book through no link, Like I said.
No man, it could have been my first. I want to say it could have been my first tenant or whatever they want to call it.
Right?
So yeah,
Nobody will send me no link, but oh, just book it through this link.
no
But that was
man,
that.
no man. Remember say you know your boss personally, So your link stall man. But we have plans to do that. So, but here I'm just taking it one day at a time. And
Mhm.
but in the future, of course, more buy my house. I wanted to do it between this year and next year. I started the process, not deep into it, but I started like doing my research and stuff, speaking to like what you call them people there? They call them people there again.
What do I?
Wait, they call them
Real
people there again,
estate,
them real estate. I know that I know say you call them, but yeah, you
property
know what me I
manager,
call.
real estate, real estate investor,
The
real
tongue, they know
estate.
the family tongue, but I can't remember. But yeah,
Ma
we
try
kind of
help out,
start,
me no know.
yeah, we kind of start looking into it and kind get the information and stuff, see where to start. So yeah,
Hmm.
right there's some of them.
A
As I
realtor, you
said,
want to be a realtor?
realtor. Thank you so much, Dandy. That's what I was. That's what I was. Realtor. Yeah, that's what I was looking
Okay.
for. So I started, talking to realtors already, and see where to go, see what to do. As I said, I'm new here. I
Hmm.
don't know nothing about anything in Maryland, to be honest with
Yeah,
you, or in the States. So yeah.
that's right. Actually, that's a career that I also consider for myself as well.
Oh yeah.
Because it gives us that flexibility that
Mm-hmm.
you need to be able to like somewhat work for yourself, set your own
Yep.
schedule, set your own
So that-
pace, and that's all we need. We need for just, especially as a single mother in your case,
Mhm.
you need that flexibility because
Yep.
the employer is not gonna always understand when they
Yeah.
forgot run out of work for pick
You
up
know
a
what I
youth
read.
or you can't come and work today
Mhm.
or
Okay. Yeah.
we just not like work for people. If my boss I watch this, well, no, sorry, I block my boss from my channel.
Me
Anyways.
not say nothing, cause I love my job. I love my work.
Yeah. Oh, I love my job so much. But it
Yeah,
is what
man.
it is. We have to have goals and
Mhm.
things because
Something, yeah.
ultimately, we come to these countries because we want to achieve more than we think
More
we
than
will be
what?
able to
Yeah.
achieve back in our home
Mhm.
country.
Yep.
And we sacrifice a whole lot.
A
We
whole lot.
sacrifice
Yeah.
a lot more than people actually think. People
Mhm.
who migrate sacrifice, but it's a
Yeah.
whole lot. We speak about the mental challenges that you go through as an immigrant, the isolation, the loneliness, the feeling
Loneliness.
of lack of
Mhm.
support. All of these things are just like um subsidiaries compared to the bigger picture, but we actually give up our freedom,
Freedom. Mhm.
we give up our ownership pretty much because like back in Jamaica we always boast and say, oh, nobody can run in front of you. So they say yes
Yep.
oh man, this is how where we come from.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yep.
can tell us if we left
Mhm.
you. So I will come to
Yeah.
a country where even though we're all on our own immigration journey, ultimately at any time they can just change a law and we
Yep.
all have to go back
I
on the
have
liquor rock.
to
So
have
so big
walk
someone will
on
throw a big
eggshell.
stone back
Yep.
away.
Mhm.
Enough
Yep.
of we good enough to start look back on a big
I can
stone
look
and
back.
say
Yeah,
right?
man, that's true, 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 true.
Enough of we have to go start look back
Man.
on a big stone and say, boy, probably
Mhm.
me have to go take back that stone there
Yeah,
because
that's it. Mhm.
ultimately we are really visitors.
Yeah.
Long-term visitors is what it
Yep.
is. So to give up all of that, we do it for a purpose.
Yeah.
What
Yep.
industry are you in, Miss Chin?
So I work in the banking and finance industry. I would have done the Marie.
Yeah. Banking and
Mhm.
finance. The most boring career ever.
I mean, uh, I like it. I like it because I love money, so I love some money.
Mm.
But just yeah, yeah, sir. I think then
Okay,
the money that
awesome.
it exists, yeah, but yeah, I like it
Just a
though.
means to an end for me. Like definitely, it's just a means to an end. It's just like for me, I think the thing that I love the most about banking, like for me, is client facing, where like I'm able
Yeah,
to help people,
help
especially
people.
newcomers to Canada. I met quite a few of them through banking, and I help them and set them
Yeah,
up for
help them.
success. I
Mm-hmm.
really like that portion, but
Yeah.
banking really stressful. It's
It
very
is, to
very
be honest,
stressful.
it is, yeah. And
Yeah,
sometimes
so
some
there.
things will then come in for you have to say, Jesus Christ. But as I said, I love helping people. And you
Yeah.
have to be a people person to be in banking. Like you have to genuinely like people. You have to genuinely like helping people.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, you have to genuinely love people, and you have to
yeah,
genuinely
yep.
love talk as well, because I'm
Yeah,
kind of like a
Jesus
empathy,
Christ.
like a empathy, a lot of empathy you have to have to understand.
And
Yo, Jaja.
yes, yes, sir.
My first bad experience in Canada was in banking when a guy wouldn't come to me no matter what.
Oh yeah.
A old white guy when I was a part-time teller,
Mm-hmm.
he would not come to my wicket at all, none tal. And I
Why?
remember
Because of
one
your
day,
color?
yeah, and I remember, so it was a smaller bank at the time, and it was only two tellers at the time, me and another guy. And I remember that guy was on lunch. He actually just go on lunch like probably 2 minutes, so he wouldn't be back until another hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the only teller at the time, and there was nobody in front of me. The bank was totally empty, and the guy came in the
Mm-hmm.
bank and he went and he sat for an hour until the other guy
Wow.
came back from lunch. Then he went up to him.
Wow.
And of course,
Wow.
everybody made numerous attempts to like, hey, can I help you today? Hey,
Can
is there something I can do for you today? Hey, you need
wow.
yeah. So if you're, and I say that to say this, if you're thinking of going into something similar, like not necessarily
Mm-hmm.
banking, but as an immigrant, if you come to Canada or to the States, know that there's a possibility that
Right.
things like these might happen
Might
as well.
happen, yeah.
And not that
And
it
it all
has to
depends,
happen.
sorry to cut you off, Demar, but it
Hmm.
all depends on the state that you move to. As I
Hmm.
said, here, them not even know. Because one man come and say, are you really from Jamaica? You speak so well. Did you go to a prep school? Were you rich? And stuff. Not that I take it as a compliment, but it's just who they
Microaggression, yeah,
know. Yeah, but it's just who they know, like representing the country. So,
yeah,
so them not even know the difference. As I said, me have one and two people. I've never faced racism, but I've faced culturalism or cultural
yeah,
racism, if that's a term. Yeah, where like this Hispanic guy, him just for some reason, I don't know, he just always gives me a hard time. But other than that, I've
yeah,
never faced. They're nice. People are
yeah.
nice.
I think really and
From
truly,
first, I
like,
used to feel bad. I don't anymore. Bad for them, not for me.
yeah. And that's the difference between, I think, well, being outside of the States, we see all these things of act of racism, like, for example, you see it in the movies, I see it, there's George Floyd, I see it all the time where, like, police pull over black people and, like, them have
Mm-hmm.
them, and like, all of these things we see in the on the media and the news all over. So we have a perception that America can be very racist, but the truth of the matter is, I think in America it's somewhat this is my opinion, it's somewhat minute, it's somewhat
Mm-hmm.
just in fragments. But I think in Canada, it's very systematic, but it's very low key. So you're not gonna see it that outwards, like straight blatantly, but there's a lot of microaggression. There's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of microaggression that takes place here. Like, for example, I told her the guy wouldn't come to me. I
Right.
told her about the
Mm-hmm.
Canadian smile. There's just a whole lot of microaggression. So probably, honestly, thinking about it, I think Canada is a lot more covert racist than probably America.
America, yeah.
Yeah.
As I said, it all depends on the states. Okay, maybe somebody that lives in Alabama would say differently,
Mm.
or someone that lives in Tennessee, or them
Yeah.
places there. Yeah, yeah. So maybe other people would have,
Probably is
because
it. But then
yeah,
again, probably I think
different.
you're Asian. Who knows?
As I said, one man never knows me a Jamaican. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
until other Jamaicans come and we attack them, we say, "Oh, I didn't know you were Jamaican," stuff like that.
Yeah. Because I didn't know they have Chinese in Jamaica.
Hey, one at a time, the people then say, I've never seen a Jamaican so pretty. Not a compliment, people. I don't take it as a compliment, but me I say, whatever people are they like, the people that must say, then Jamaica have this, oh, Jamaica. People then think, say, when I talk about Jamaica, you talk about some, back in the Arawak days, and say, you have some people
Yeah.
that are not exposed.
Yeah. 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 That
Sometimes you have
is
to send them to Yendi Phillips and Lisa and Nakaya. You have to say, come on, man.
because
But yeah.
that's their interpretation. I've
Mm-hmm.
had persons, like many people, who think that Jamaica is in Africa. Can
Enough.
you believe that? Do you get that as
Yep.
well?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, some people talk some things that would say, what?
a lot of persons like,
Mm.
oh man, like we're in Africa is Jamaica. You're like,
Yeah,
what?
some of them, me now got Jamaica because I don't want to die. I'm like,
I
what?
don't.
There are gunfire. I'm like,
Yeah.
get out of
Well,
here.
for that one, I kind of sympathize because
Parts
honestly,
of Pennsylvania. That's true, David, because where my uncle lives, Missy Wally for white people, true. That's true. That is so true. I get that a lot here. Oh, I thought that was David. Yeah, David, like in Pennsylvania for real.
I get that a lot here. That's Dandre. Yeah,
Is
Pennsylvania.
Dandre in Canada or
Yeah,
America?
Canada,
Oh,
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah. I think, like, and again, I think it's similar in the states. If somebody don't
Hmm.
like you, maybe them gonna let you know that they don't like you on their
No, so
face. I
them
don't know.
pretend. Them
They
pretend
pretend
them
a
are.
lot.
Them pretend a lot. Yep, them pretend a lot. You have to just work with energy because sometimes I'll just say with spirit, we as Jamaican, we pick up things and we say, are you in
Yeah,
no say the people them not like you? You just know. But as we
yeah.
say, you have to keep your mouth closed and you have to just deal with everything. You can't take everything personally. You have to just okay, hi, go on about your business. When you don't like them and them not like you. Because you don't want
They
no
just have to get
problem,
the job done,
Done.
basically.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I know you don't mix and mingle. We talk about that. And you're full of chips like Pringle. We know the tingle. But
Yeah,
but
what are we doing?
in terms of like socializing. Like one of the culture shock that I got here was when I was a student here. You know, in
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica, if you and I if we're in class together at college, high school, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
when there's no class, everybody in our class, we're a friend. We stick together.
Mm-hmm.
Even outside our class, that's your first bond. But
Yeah.
here, I was very culture shocked when I went in class, even do group work with some of these people, and then when class done, it's like almost nobody know you. Walk past
Yeah.
you in the corridors, not even high,
Live
stuff like that.
outside, yeah.
Yeah, so it's very hard to break into social circles because a lot of people are very cliquey. So the people
Mm-hmm.
who they know here, they probably go to school with them in the past and grew up together. And you as
Mm-hmm.
like an outsider, it's very hard to break into that
Right. Mm-hmm.
social barrier, break past that social barrier. So is it the same you say, or is it different?
Okay, so for me, I'm gonna say I'm always like a boss. The universe always send good people my way. So the people that I work with a lot of, well, not a lot, but Caribbean people from Grenada, Trinidad. I work with people from Ethiopia, and they're all Bangladesh. They're all nice people,
Yeah,
and funny enough, like every other Saturday when we get paid, me and American and one and an Ethiopian, we go out. We try different restaurants and so. So
yeah.
for me, it's not that for me. And as I said, we
Hmm.
always try to do things at work and outside of work. So I don't face that
That's
to be
good.
honest.
That's
Yeah.
good because here will be a competition immigrant them, you know.
No, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm,
Everybody wants to
mm-mm.
be the best
Nope.
immigrant.
Nope. Mm-mm. And as I said, one thing me say again, you know, go subscribe to my channel so I can tell you know all how me I tell you know. But at one point, my ex, sent a lot of stuff to my job and was trying for me to lose my job and stuff. And
Yeah,
to be honest with you, they were right there for me. I don't know if they were pretending, but the universe,
yeah,
as we say, always send people to come save me, and
yeah.
they stuck by my side. To be honest with you, and yeah, I've never experienced anything like that. To
That's
be
good.
honest with you,
Here,
yeah.
I don't know if
Very
it's the
good.
environment that's created here, but like a lot of the immigrants group, especially like the Jamaican community, I can speak for
Mhm,
them.
mhm.
Everybody just want to compete with everybody.
Compete,
It's
mhm.
like a competitive environment. Like everybody
Yep.
just wants to. It's like you don't really feel that sense of like community,
Come
right? Everybody is just like doing their thing and then like boasting on each other,
both.
flexing on each other, and stuff like that. So I'm like probably it's just the environment that's created
Right.
kind of thing.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
I really hope and I'm happy to hear that it's not the same there. Everybody's just
Yeah.
willing to work together and
No, no,
collaborate
no.
and
Where I am at, as I said, I don't really mix with people. And as I said, I don't want this sound like me better than nobody or whatever, but I don't really, I'm
Mhm.
a loner. So
Yeah,
I don't really put myself out there. I don't really mix with a lot of Jamaicans. And as I said, not that I'm better than anybody, it's just me from ever since from I was living back in Jamaica. That's me. So
that's
I've
it.
always, been by myself, hung out by myself. So
But in truth and in fact, Nardia, hanging out by yourself in Jamaica, different than hanging out by yourself in America. Even though I haven't lived there, but I'm comparing it back to Canada because I didn't know loneliness until I moved to Canada. I didn't know what loneliness felt like until I moved to
mhm,
Canada. And even though I have Nats here with me, I'm talking generally speaking, the word loneliness wasn't even a topic. And we were also a loner in Jamaica. But when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to a new environment where like you pretty much you don't have any support. You don't have it's one thing to choose not to go out with somebody than not
Mm-hmm.
having anybody to go out with. Kind of thing, right?
So,
So
so that's the difference between me and you. You look like you love party and love goat them, man. Me no
well
love
make a
goat.
thing that no
Once
no
me
no
go out, me I
no.
say what me do to myself, man. No one go home. So anytime you see me go anywhere, okay. So I met this Jamaican, right? I don't know if she's gonna watch this, but I met this Jamaican where at a store where I used to work,
Mhm.
and she made me feel like me no want hang out with her and so. But sometimes me just can't bother, yeah, man. Me just really can't bother, cause that's not me. So we not
Mhm.
really feel no way about that, to be honest with you. I've never felt lonely unless more on talk, unless something is bothering me. And as I said, I'm
Yeah.
seeing a therapist. So me anytime I want vent, me just call me therapist and talk and ball and get it
Do you
over
know
with.
your
And I'm
neighbor
good at
right
it.
now? You know your neighbor?
No. And I don't and this might sound away. I don't care to my neighbor in a Jamaica, Miss Janet, big up yourself, cause you know Miss Janet, you know me love her, Miss Janet love me, but Miss Janet know me, I know how me stay. Understand what I say?
Yeah.
But I say me just I don't
The thing
say
is,
you
the reason I'm asked that is
keep-
because like it's the same thing here.
Mhm.
You barely know your neighbor. You barely
Yeah,
know your neighbor, and because of that, you just feel kind of like isolating, right? But your personality is a little bit different here, probably.
different,
Yeah,
right?
this is like perfect for you. Like this, like
Yeah,
persons who are like you, thrive in these environments.
indeed.
But if you are somebody who need a little bit of socialization, not every day, but sometimes just to have
Yeah.
somebody where you can chill with, par with, hang out with, call and talk to,
That's
stuff
why
like
I
that.
want little spooky them are. You just get one little spooky. And you little spooky. If you want go out, you go out and
What you mean by spooky? Cause not so what you see. So,
me
I
not
don't know what
talk
you
you
mean.
nuts on it. Them are me a talking on my case. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So a
Oh,
little spooky.
because you said you might get a mad. Okay,
No,
okay.
man, no, nuts. You know me love you nuts. Mwah. You can't do that to you. Call me help you beat him nuts. No violence around here. My husband knows the neighbors. I don't. And Miss China understand. Yes, Dandy, I just mean that here, man. We can't bother.
Yeah.
But sometimes as I say, you meet people for me, and this might sound a way, and might sound like you love man or whatever. But for me, I prefer to hang out with males than females because for
Mhm.
some reason, I don't know, female thing, and I can't take that type of energy because I'm not genuine person, and what as me say, what you see is what you get. This is me, and
Yeah.
sometimes, me can't bother to be honest with you.
Gotcha. Well, Narda, I know
Yeah,
that you have two kids, and then probably in the other room I beat up each other. And
me
we
say
got one and
cause
a half hour, so I'm not gonna take up much more time. But I want you to tell me a little bit about your YouTube channel. Why did you decide to start it, and what's your content gonna be like, and why should somebody subscribe to your channel?
Okay, so why I decided to start my YouTube channel, as me say, and as Demar say, I don't want it to look like it was created it's created the word for lack of a better word. I don't want like whatever I post on social media to look like, oh, may I live the perfect life in America. Because I remember somebody said to me, oh, you come America, live fairy tale life, but they wouldn't even understand. So I
Mm,
want to put it out there because sometimes, because when I was going through what I was going through, I was kind of YouTube stuff, and nothing came up, to be honest with you. How to deal with how the person deal with it. So that's what I want to do. Anybody that is
mhm.
in a similar situation, and can relate, I can give them, encourage them, let them know if they want to reach out to me. Cause if me walk the part, them I go tell you say the part them walk. If I want blue something, me say that me go tell you. Me not go tell you nothing otherwise.
Yeah.
And it's not just about immigration stuff. I'm a girly girl, so me I go post other stuff to some girly girls out there. And
But they telling us that she
yeah,
kind of, they telling us that she's that kind. So there you go.
no, so yeah. And then you have a lot to do with it because from your start a YouTube channel, me always a question, you ask your stuff and all of that. So yeah, that's what my YouTube channel is about.
Okay,
People
so
relate to
guys,
public speaking, so go subscribe. You know
definitely.
what I'm saying, yeah.
And guys, I'm asking you guys to show some love as well, because when you support her, technically you're supporting me as well. So it's called It's Chinsu. Go and show some love. Subscribe to her channel. Run up those numbers. She's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys here right now, just go and show some love. That makes a difference. And when you go over there, just make a comment and say, "Hey, I'm here because of the Andersons." Really, really appreciate that. And just show some love and see what life is like over there in the beautiful state of Maryland. Even though I don't know what it look like. Nardia, I forgot show where Maryland look like as
Of
well.
course, I'm gonna show on the DC because I love DC.
Okay.
So I'm
So
gonna
bring
see
me
a lot of
around,
DC.
bring us around, show me outside.
Yeah,
Because one of the things when I just started our YouTube channel was we wanted to show people what Grand Prairie, what Canada looks like, right?
looks
We don't
okay.
want it's not about painting a false narrative, but it's to show
Right.
like this is what the place look like.
This
People
is
want to
what.
see what places look like, especially for people who want to move there. So just keep consistent and be authentic to yourself.
Right.
I don't want to see us start doing a little foolish, just like prank and a little thing because
So
you
we
know,
not no sir. We
so
not
so
defending anything there. We
so
not
stay
laugh.
true to your value.
You know see what people say. We not laugh with people. Right. We serious all the time. We
Yeah,
not do no
man.
prank on them something
So
there.
definitely just be authentic, just be
Yeah, yeah.
genuine, and don't deviate, right? You will
Yeah.
attract the right audience, you will attract the right
Yeah.
crowd, and keep doing the thing. You see me? That's what I'm
Thank you
gonna
for
let it.
your words of encouragement, Damar. I really
Already
appreciate it. Already
subscribed or your
subscribed.
name.
Thank you, Dandy. I appreciate it.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Guys, go show some love over there, so you know. And yep, Narda, I'll give you the last word right now. I'll say you wrap up this live, talk to the audience, and then we'll call it a day.
Thank you everybody for joining and thank you Demar for having me. Thanks for taking your time. Even though I never seen Nats, I was looking forward to, seeing Nats and people go subscribe to my channel. Me not talky, so thank you for joining.
Yeah, Nat is doing the dirty work. She have the kids
You
upstairs,
have
so
the kids.
that's
You see?
actually that's
Yeah,
actually the
so
dirty work.
me have to do the two of them. They are
Yeah,
trying to monitor them out there so see where
yeah,
you understand. So
yeah,
strong black
man.
woman. So anybody in the chat, like a spooky in the chat who want a strong black woman. Yeah. And I dating show them are around, but yeah.
Strong Asian Jamaican
What
woman.
is you? What is your YouTube name? Blissfully blessed. Oh, my YouTube name is Istrin Sue. Them are tagged it.
Yeah, let me put it in there again. It's Chen Su. There we go. Just say strong black woman, but I meant to say strong Asian
Strong Asian.
Jamaican woman. I forgive you.
Woo! Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so we'll
Yeah.
call it a day, guys. Big up on yourself, and of course, see you guys in the next video. Narda, don't go anywhere.
Thanks for having me, guys. Nats here. Much love. The braid shop. Is that Nats?